Do you want to know the secrets of the Jewish calendar and how the arc of the Jewish calendar throughout the year can totally transform your life and your self-understanding as a Jew? Shalom, Mishpacha. This is Rabbi Esther from a small sanctuary, and I am here to take you on a quick but awesome journey through the Jewish calendar and unlock some of its secrets. Now, I have a confession to make. I am re-recording this video because I had made this video and edited and completed it, and I was about to upload it, and then I deleted my files by accident from my phone. Terrible. I know. Let's do this quick and dirty because I want to push this out in time for Hanukkah. More Hanukkah content will be coming, and I will link the Hanukkah playlist on my channel in the YouTube notes below. So tune into that as well, because there's a lot of great stuff from last year that still applies, and more great stuff will be coming. So what is it with the Jewish calendar? The Jewish calendar is a Metonic calendar. A Metonic cycle is a 19-year cycle that integrates the cycles of the sun and the moon. Metonic cycles are used in lunisolar calendars, like the Jewish calendar, but there are other calendars around the world that use the same system. And this is why the Jewish holidays oscillate from time to time, and they don't seem fixed because they are aligned with the cycles of the moon and not with the set times of our secular Gregorian calendar. But I'm not going to go into that too deeply because it is a little bit too technical. But that explains a unique feature of the Jewish calendar. I also want to talk a little bit about the Jewish conceptualization of time. In Judaism, time is both linear, from point A to B, as well as cyclical. And we integrate both perspectives. So the linear time that we experience in Judaism is from cradle to grave on the individual level, or from creation to redemption on the collective level, on the cosmic level. And it is cyclical because we move through the cycle of the year, time after time, year after year, from Rosh Hashanah to Rosh Hashanah. We try to integrate these perspectives because actually time is neither linear nor cyclical, but it's actually a spiral. And if you integrate these two perspectives, that's what you get, a spiral. So every year of our lives that we move through the Jewish calendar, we unlock new aspects of ourselves in conversation with the Jewish calendar. And I actually think it can be really powerful to map our own experiences on the larger story of the Jewish people and our liturgical and ritual calendar, as well as its history. So how does that work? Well, here's where my theory comes in. I actually think that the Jewish calendar takes us from the particular to the universal, and then back to the particular. This allows us to explore different aspects of our Jewish identity as we explore the parts that are particular to us, what make us unique, what make us resilient, what orient us towards our survival as a people, as well as the universal, what are the values we want to share with the world, what is our place in the world, and what is our larger message. So imagine this, and I'm going to throw it on your screen right about now. This is a chart of the wheel of the Jewish year, and I have divided this into 4 quarters. As you can see, in the bottom part, there is the particular quarter. Then the second part is the balancing quarter, and then the third part is the universalist quarter. And then there is a reset during the month of Cheshvan. How does this work? I believe that from Hanukkah to Pesach, we are in the particularist quarter. This is the time where we have such festivals that tie us to land and history and survival, like Hanukkah, Tu B'Shvat, Purim, and Pesach. We also have some characteristic villains: Antiochus, Haman, Pharaoh. Each of these 3 villains of our people tried to destroy or harm us in different ways. Antiochus wanted us to assimilate into the Hellenistic majority culture. Haman wanted to eliminate us altogether and commit genocide upon our people. And Pharaoh wanted to enslave us and curtail our growth as a people. Each of these villains has affected our master story. So during this particular quarter, it's important to ask ourselves questions about our Jewish identity. What makes us unique? What makes us strong? And what makes us resilient? What does it mean to face adversity in our Judaism? What does it mean to lift up our heads and remain rooted in our unique and special Jewish identity? What are the things we can do to cultivate that identity? How do we face off against hostility for the sake of our Jewishness? All of those things are things that you can bring to this particularist quarter of the Jewish year. Because we cannot truly unfold the fullness of our Jewish identities if we are not strongly rooted in who we are. At the same time, when we move through the next quarter, we find a subtle shift and a balancing. From Pesach to Shavuot is the period which I call the balancing period. This takes us through the Omer period, where we work on counting the 49 days to Shavuot. We work on our soul traits, our midot, in order to improve ourselves and get ready for Matan Torah, for the giving of the Torah on Mount Sinai. Once we arrive at Shavuot, we bring into the fullness of that experience the Volcrum. On the one hand, Shavuot is a very particular expression. We are called to be a Goy Kadosh. In Genesis 19, just before the revelation on Mount Sinai, we are set apart people who are going to get our particular people. This is when we become an Am, a nation, through the giving of the Torah and the covenant on Mount Sinai. On the other hand, we are also called to be a Mamlechet Kohanim, a nation of priests, ministering to the world entire. And the Midrash tells us that the Torah was given in the desert so that all could come and partake of it. So there is also a universalist element in that. The paradigmatic hero of Shavuot is, of course, Ruth the Moabite, who enters into the Jewish community and becomes a Jew. She says, "For your people shall become my people, and your God shall become my God." And this is, of course, a signature moment where we both maintain our boundaries as a community, but also open up those boundaries to outsiders who sincerely want to join it. And in a way, conversion to Judaism sits at that fulcrum. We never exert pressure. We do not believe that we have to force anyone into being Jewish. We believe there are many paths up the mountain of God, and that there are many ways to express your relationship with God validly and to live a good and moral life. As Tosefta Sanhedrin says it, the righteous of all the nations shall inherit a share in the world to come. At the same time, we welcome sincere seekers, and that is a mitzvah of itself. And if you feel called to Judaism, then you're more than welcome to explore that sense of alignment with us. I like to joke that Judaism might not be for everyone, but it could be for anyone. During this balancing, think about how your Judaism interfaces with the world. From your position of Jewish strength that you have built up during the particular period before, can you reach out to your fellow human beings and contribute to the symphony of human civilizations? What is it about covenant that makes your Judaism come alive? How can you affirm the Torah and embrace it and grow as a human being and as a Jew through it? The third quarter is the Universalist quarter. And this takes us right from Shavuot past Tisha B'Av, which mourns the destruction of our temples and other Jewish calamities throughout our history, all the way to the high holiday season, including Sukkot and Simchat Torah. This is our most universalist part of the calendar. This may surprise you, but Rosh Hashanah is actually not a Jewish holiday. It is a holiday where most Jews come to synagogue, but it's actually Hayom Harat Olam, the birthday of the world. It's a holiday for all of humanity and all of creation. And this quarter in our wheel is where the universalism really gets revved up. We see this through our liturgy, through our prayers, through our theological commitments, through the images that the high holiday season invokes. And I've talked a lot already on this channel about particularism, universalism, and the high holidays, and of course I will link those videos down below for you. This culminates in Sukkot, and already in biblical times and early rabbinic times, Sukkot was really a universalist festival. The Talmud talks about how 70 offerings were brought for the 70 nations of the world. And even today, many people will come to Yerushalayim in order to celebrate the festival of Sukkot. And after Sukkot, when we have reached our utopian vision, where we can be so free and so open to the world that not even dwelling in our rickety booths can harm us, we draw the cycle to an end and we press the reset button during Cheshvan. And that is the Great Reset. So during the universalist time, what are the qualities that you can work on? You can work on your confidence of stepping out into the world. You can work on cultivating compassion for all human beings and all planetary life. You can take the bird's eye view, or dare I say the God's eye view, and think, what are my concerns for the entire planet? How can we as Jews push ourselves to become more ethical, more loving of our fellow human beings, and really partake in taking our place among the families of the earth? Once we press the reset button during Cheshvan, when there are no Jewish holidays at all, the cycle begins again. And as this cycle begins again, we remember the truth that I love teaching, that Judaism is a particular people with a universal mission. So what now? This has been a great insight. But how does this apply to us now? Well, I think it really applies to what we're living through as a Jewish community right now during this encroaching Hanukkah season. The last period has been an incredibly difficult period for the Jewish people. For our sense of self, our sense of our place in the world, we are holding a lot of grief and fear and pain and loss in our lives. We are sharing concerns for our own people. We are sharing concerns for the human family. And any encouragement that we can get is frankly very welcome. This Hanukkah, I am theming Hanukkah around the qualities of resilience and light, because we need so much resilience and so much light right now. We need to be strengthened and encouraged. Chazak, chazak, v'nid chazek. Be strong, that you may be strengthened. And so my question for you is, how are you going to strengthen yourself this Hanukkah so that you root yourself in your Jewishness, in your Jewish joy, in culture and music and literature and art and religion and spirituality and text and family and friendship and food. Let me repeat that. And food, so that you can come through this cycle more confident, more joyous, with an expanded consciousness. Because a fearful heart is a constricted heart. A fearful heart cannot expand. A courageous heart can grow and include so much more than we think. So as we journey towards Hanukkah this year, this is my blessing for you. Find your sources of Jewish strength. Find your sources of Jewish joy and bring yourself in it. Seek out support from your Jewish community. Engage in Jewish activities. Explore Jewish hobbies or crafts or interests or cooking or anything else. Ground yourself in the world of Jewish spirituality. Seek our ancestral wisdom. Walk with us. Journey with us. Learn about us. Be curious about us. Build friendship. Build a sense of community with us and beyond us. Leave any comments below. How are you going to make Hanukkah special for yourself this year? After all the heaviness that we have experienced, what are you going to lean into? And how are you going to use this template of the journey of the Jewish calendar in your own life? Does it speak to your own life? My friends, this Hanukkah season, I wish you so much love and resilience, pride, dignity, joy, and light. May you continue to be strong, and may your hearts continue to be open. Shalom uvracha, with peace and blessing from my bite to your bite. Bye.